cupboard that's got some of the stuff in it, but I obviously don't have the stuff in it yet. So, yeah. But yeah, I've heard some like good old horror stories of like artists that like do draw something and then, you know, client doesn't want to pay, or, you know, they reject it or something. You've still spent the time doing that and stuff. Plus, I don't really want to set up a business bank account, and I regard my privacy pretty highly, so I don't super want people to be like, hey, cool, I'll just PayPal you this, and it's like, oh, cool, your name's blah. It's like, no, fuck off. You know? So there's that too. I might be able to put down the crate maybe finally. Can you unpack those? And we'll put one here. So I definitely want one in here, and I definitely want like one somewhere in this room somewhere too. Maybe where that table is, perhaps. Or where the window is isn't a bad spot either, actually. If there's nothing there, it's not a bad spot for it. I also brought home curtains, which are just sitting over there as well. So there is that. I'm trying to think of if there was anything else I missed in amongst that. So I only encountered pigs and rats so far. I came across the sheep first. Came across sheep. Obviously, like a lot of rats. That's the other thing I forgot about in this game, is there is a lot of rats. But like, I found like sheep was probably one of the first wild animals I came across. I think I found chickens pretty early on, and one of those things attacked me. I was not like really pleased with that, because I was like, oh cool, a chicken, let me go pat it. Anyway, I stepped into like the chicken coop pen thing, and it just like rushed me and attacked me. I'm like, what? I didn't neglect you. I didn't leave you here, you know? So I might put this in here. That will give me 2 extra food receptacle bin things. And that gets me a couple of things off me too. So I've put some food in here. I gotta find like, where do I want to put like fuel and shit? I could put like a cube here on this side of the wall. It would be kind of a fuck around to walk around. Maybe. I should go around and find all the medicine and shit now. This is the only problem with like putting everything on the ground. Actually, no. Before I waste the time doing this, I want to find VHSs and crap. Because while we still have electricity, I've watched all of them. There might be stuff in bags too, actually. So I don't think there'll be too much. I think there'll be more like spots like this over here. I think I'm really close to that again. There's a torch. There's still plenty of like gasoline and stuff. I want to also read some books and shit, preferably before. I've got a lot of books. I want to read some books and shit before they go off. There was this tape over here on the ground. Hold on a second. Can I grab that? We'll put that in the TV while we're nearby it. Ensuring for other people there's a lot of communication. The drawer also need to ask for body codes, pose, anger, camera angle, when I can English, oh my god. Camera angle, facial expression, and all those details. We can give you a visual reference of what they want to help solve. The problem is that a visual reference for me basically translates to either I one-to-one almost exactly copy, like not like trace it or anything, but it looks almost identical, like you could have just copy pasted it and stuff, which is typically not what I assume people want. Or alternatively, like I either take things like too literally, or like I don't understand how to take their image into my style. I either draw your style or I draw my characters. That's the 2 options as well. And yeah, it doesn't generally work. I don't know if you're getting this from being close by. I know you're hard of hearing. Her boredom is going down, so she must be kind of close enough. I don't know. As long as she's still getting it at a distance, I don't mind. I'm not seeing any other random VHSs around the place. The only thing I could think of was maybe in here. I had them in this. Yeah, okay, I've got a couple in here. So let's grab those. And I might sit her ass down with some... Oh, we got the generator book. Hold on, we got that. Okay. Hold on. Can I read something else? I don't want like agriculture. Where the fuck was my books over here? I was gonna say, where is my book stack? But it's right here. I could read electrical. Because I could then go and pull apart a bunch of electrical stuff in the house. You want to plonk your ass right down. You'd be right next to it. You can read this because it won't take long for you to get through that. I know it's already finished. Okay, hold on. Get you to eject that. I've only got like 4 tapes, so she'll be done in like no time. Let's hit play on that. Yeah, there is quite a lot of communication and shit involved, and like people kind of forget, or perhaps like maybe this is just not a common thing for most streamers, but when I stream for like 4 hours, right? But then I go on to edit my VOD and like cut it up into episodes and shit for like YouTube and other platforms and crap, right? And I like have like my Discord community, which I engage with as well. I have like comments around YouTube and stuff and other social platforms and crap that like I need to check and respond to. I never use like any like social media stuff before streaming, so it's not like I'm already there. It's something I actively have to go and do, kind of thing. But yeah, there's a heap of like extra stuff in the background. So even though I finish streaming at 2 a.m., I don't usually finish working on stuff until about 6 a.m. So like another 4 hours and stuff. And like, for instance, the Billathon information, which I don't have available in OBS at the moment, but it is on like Blue Sky and Instagram and crap. Like I have to manually sit there and make the art for it and organize the event and think of the rewards and think of the kind of things that I could do for it and stuff like that, and goals and whatever, right? So there's actually physically time spent doing stuff that I'm already doing. Plus, on top of that, there is also rigging, which, by the way, I didn't get to properly announce it yesterday because my stream was crapping itself. But I have scheduled in a whole bunch of days this year that I'm going to be not streaming to work on the avatar. So I already don't stream words. Holy shit. I don't stream on Wednesdays because I am supposed to be working on rigging the avatar and stuff, although sometimes I've needed it for rest for my health and stuff. But I've now kind of, instead of taking full weeks off, there will be like 1 or 2 full weeks off that I take for rigging and stuff. But I'll be mostly utilizing like the Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays occasionally every month, a few times a month, to try to like maximize working on her. And then that way I can rest on like Saturday and Sunday and shit. So I won't be taking like whole weeks off. You guys won't be missing me for like 5 full fucking days. Or like last year where I took the 10 days off and shit. So yeah. I'm hoping that the extra time I'll have to work on her will give me more time to kind of really progress, because like I'd like to have her finished this year. It would be really nice, but I'm also trying to be realistic about it and stuff, and my health is finally in like a good place, so I'm trying not to overload myself and do like the whole no breaks shit again as well, so I'm trying to avoid that. I think she's watched everything she could, and she's got her book, so she wants to power through that. If she can get her electrical reading done, and she's got a bit of mechanics, if she can get electrical, I have a lot of electronics in the house I'd like to see her pull apart. So yeah, then I can figure out where the fuck to store that shit. Is it for Ginge? Ginge? Workman. Thank you for a follow. But yeah, this year is going to be quite busy. We'll have the Billathon event first week of February next month. I'll have like a week off to do rigging at the end of February. And then from like March forwards, I'm going to be having like not every single second week, but some second weeks and stuff. I'll be doing like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off rigging and stuff. So there'll be a little bit less streams this year overall until hopefully I can like finish her. but it will give me more time to work on her because I still have to rest a bit more than the average person because of my health in general, even though I'm like in a really good spot now. You're starving to death, love. Do you have food on you? I saw ham before. But yeah, I take a lot longer to like recover than like the average person, unfortunately. So yeah, as long as I keep resting and like keep managing my health and stuff, I should be fine. Just I just hope that like stream doesn't crap itself, or if I'm setting up like OBS like I've got at the moment, that I can figure out what's going on with like the sound things and stuff. I think what it is like I don't have the desktop audio, so I'm not hearing the sounds, but I'm thinking what I have to do is maybe make an output to my headset maybe for it. That might do it, but I'm also not seeing things actually display on screen, so I don't fully know. She's very hungry, she's very minor damage, ridiculously tired. I think we've watched all the shows that we could possibly watch while we have electricity. The worst case scenario is if like all the food and shit goes rotten overnight, she might end up gaining some weight while we like eat the shit out of the fridge. But what are we up to? We're in August. Fuck. I've never had electricity in the game this long. I've always lost it in like 2 to 4 days. I'm starting to question if it is going to go out or not. Really weird. What are you stressed about? What's going on? Are you heavy? You're heavy. Okay. Well, I don't think we finished that book, eh? I'll have to find something for her to eat, and then I'll have to plonk her ass back down by the look of it. But we got the generator book, which means I'm not too worried about the electrician stuff. Ironically, I do want her to like read that, but what else have I gone? I guess I've got to start probably putting some shit away. Okay, easiest things first is going to be books. So can I take items of matching type? Can I take all the books, please? Just going to go around and I'm going to try to take all the books off the floor, and I'll try to put some shit away. Followed the game story through the radio and TV. I really haven't. No. When I first played, I had so many messages coming in non-stop that I really couldn't like see what was going on with like the TV and shit. And like I said, I'm trying to go like no spoilers. I kind of want to form my own opinion with it to a degree, but like obviously like the helicopter event happened and all that sort of stuff, and I was just like, oh, I'll stay inside my house, and then we ended up with like a horde across the road and shit. That was great. But yeah, I kind of have seen so far in a few people's houses, I've seen people celebrating like 4th of July, I think it was, because I was like, I didn't know what the celebration was. I thought they were just having a party, and then everybody's like, oh, you can see the colors, it's what is it, 4th of July? And I'm like, oh, okay. All right then. I would not have known. But yeah, no, I kind of know that I think everything went to shit after the 4th of July. I do not know why. I don't want to know why. I'll figure it out as I play and shit. It's one of those things I want to kind of like form my own opinion kind of thing. And yeah, as far as I know, like water is tainted. Like water could just be generally tainted. I don't know. And like the power and electricity and stuff can go off like randomly and shit. But like certain areas seem more zombie populated. I did see when I did like the very light trek up to Louisville. I don't know if I've done on this one yet. Hold on. Okay, I haven't been up there yet, but I do have a magazine that could show me where Louisville is. I know that there is like a checkpoint here that's like basically a blockade stopping all the zombies from just pouring out. I know that. And when I started, everybody was like, oh, you should start in Rosewood and stuff. So I started in West Point. And I'm like, nah, I'll start here, thanks. Yeah, if I read this should get it up on the map and stuff. But yeah, I haven't gone too far with stuff. Is this... Holy shit, there's a university. Holy crap. Okay, that looks like that's a lot closer than I thought. That's also not the building I thought it was. when I could see that, because like as you get magazines and shit, it kind of like semi unlocks this. When I had this partially unlocked, there was like a hospital or a school or something like over here somewhere, I think, or down here. And I was like, oh, that looks like a school building kind of thing. I should go there. Anyway, I started beelining for it. And then, yeah, it was bad. And that was when I was like still in like my 8th or so life. So we didn't go very far with that. But it was interesting. Was it 2 days after the story? There's narrated to radio. TV is really good. I know that like one of the first things I knew was that you had to put the TV on Life and Living, so you could get skills. But I didn't really know like when they happened because, like I said, the first few games I had, I lost the electricity and stuff within like 2 to 4 days. So I really didn't get much. And because I was still learning, for like the first 2 days, I was oblivious to stuff. Like I missed the TV so often. And I didn't have a radio tuned at the time. I didn't find radios until after the power was out. And they'd just make like little zip noises and stuff. I'm like, oh, they have batteries in them kind of thing. That was my learning experience with that. I think I have this one tuned maybe to the weather. Because I learned that there was an emergency broadcast system that kind of tells you what the day's weather's going to be. But I don't even have this fucking thing on. I turned it off because we kept attracting zombies. And I haven't like fully cleared this area. Like I've cleared down this way. I've cleared like those 2 houses. I haven't really cleared the woods behind me and I haven't gone up that way. Which there is a deer. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right next to the X on inventory. If you look over to like the top left corner, there's a deer sitting there. You see him? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't cleared this area fully yet. I just kind of took this place. I took out the zombies that were outside. I beelined for, what did I beeline for? I beelined straight downtown for like car and fuel and hardware and the tire place because you'd get like fuel cans and shit out of there. Then I found that there was like a fuel place down there. What else did we do? I don't think I've been in these 3 buildings. I went into the grocery store. I think I went into whichever one's the grocery store there. And my game started like crapping itself when I got near this early learning thing. So I fucked right off away from that and we headed back up here. I think I've been into the school. I think I've cleared that. That's why I was like, no, fuck it. I've got like shit bugger all books. So I remember last time I played, I briefly saw this got uncovered with a magazine and I really wanted to look at it. But I never really got a chance to like go look at it because I followed this road here and it took me up to some place up here, right? And it was stupid. It was so bad. I destroyed so many cars on the way to that and stuff. So I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm going to this time. I want to go over here. So I went over here and I got a couple of cars. I got the fuel station cleared out and I got the fuel into a couple of cars. And then we'd just done like this school or whatever just before. And I think there was a bookstore in town here somewhere as well. I also cleared as well. But that's where I got like the lime green car that's outside as well. Some good shit. But my main goal was to try to get like I actually sat down and watched all the VHSs in one of those buildings, right? We ate like popcorn and shit, right? So I was like, I want to get all the VHSs and stuff, all the stuff that's going to like play immediately. I want to try to get that straight away because that will disappear soon. And then after that, I wanted to try to get all that shit home, try to get the good car home, and then go back to the school to try to get more books because to me that was pretty important because once the power goes out I can make her do some exercise, I can make her read the books and stuff, and she should be for the most part safe in here while I do that. But I also have now, unfortunately because of this, brought home so much crap. I want her to read the tailoring book so we can get some tailoring up, pulling apart some of these like clothing and shit, but yeah, it's gonna take a while and I've just gotta put shit away first, you know. The game's mechanic, the transmission play at 6 a.m, 12 p.m, 6 p.m, 12 a.m. I thought so, but they only played for like 40 odd minutes. And the thing is, like, it took me a while to realize I have to wake her up before that time because she doesn't just immediately get up and get out, unfortunately. So yeah, that was also a learning curve. It also took me a while to get a watch that had the thing and work out how to make an alarm and how to like wake her up and crap. Because previously, guys, just kind of like just winging it. If she woke up, she woke up. If she woke up too late, we just did something else and stuff. And like I said, because I kept losing the electricity so early, like I just wasn't getting anything out of the TV. Like the first person I'd plonk in front of the TV would get all these skills, all these buffs and shit, right? I wouldn't even have books, so I couldn't like increase that. And then she'd die. I'd take her outside to go do something and bam, she'd fucking die. So I was like, no, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna take her to like sit in front of the TV. So like the next like I think like the next world I had, I just didn't bother. And then by the time I got back around to the beginning and stuff, like try again like this person, I kind of forgot when like TV does stuff. And I just fucked off and did other stuff instead. So I missed like so much. And like I didn't even know until like really late game with my last character, you could like listen to you could listen to the fucking radio in the car. And like I didn't know that. So that was something. I didn't realize I could give her entertainment as we like drove around and shit. So yeah, that was enlightening. I kind of want to put as much as I can in here into that one. I actually want to get as much as I can off this shelf and put it in there too, because I want to put like magazines and shit on the other one if I can. So this is going to show us if we have all of the tapes read. It also took me a while to learn how to use generators and stuff last time as well, because I burnt the magazines and the skill books and stuff because somebody said that like once you read them they're done kind of thing, and I took that as like a literal thing, like with like 7 Days to Die, once you learn the thing it's there forever kind of thing. Oh no, that was not how that worked. So yeah, unfortunately I like burnt a lot of brochures and I burnt a lot of skill books and stuff, and we had like a lot of trouble getting her to be able to get power and basic shit. Like, I was supposed to try to get a 2-story house this time, and technically, I think I could probably, if there's a sink downstairs, I could potentially plumb water to it, maybe. But I would probably have, like, a random box sitting in the house somewhere for that. I think that these are almost all the books. I want to take all the books out. I want to put all the flyers and magazines and stuff up the top, you know. The problem is that you can look at a transmission between 6 hours, between one transmission and the other, as long as there is no radio TV near your character, like another house near you. What is it? What do you mean by that? Like if they've got like the TV and the shows and shit on, like I had like a few houses that like I couldn't just leave and go and do it, because by the time I'd run across the road to get it, the show would be over. So like I don't know if you're gonna drink all that. Was that open? I guess that was open. Please tell me that that's helping towards your parchness. But I don't really want to use the water thing, which by the way, we forgot to steal the water thing. So hold on, give me the empty water bottles. I saw, yeah, give me them. We'll fill it up on the thing at the moment, and I'll probably fill this thing up later. The moment it's doing a really good job of like providing us water for the moment. So yeah. But yeah, no, I found it was quite difficult to like manage to get to a TV broadcast. By the time I realized that they were on, I was never near enough to them. Like I probably should have just carried around a radio, I guess. That probably would have helped. But like I didn't get to really like see or read any of the stuff that was going on with like the early game story and the skills and stuff. Like I said, I never got like the books to buff it or anything like that. And then the person that always gets that dies. Like this is my second life on this map, right? So she's not even the first, and she probably will die at some point and I'll replace it with somebody else. But yeah, the skills that I've got, for as long as I've got her, hopefully will be useful to me. Otherwise, this time I know not to burn flyers and shit, which there's actually another brochure here. Give me that. There's paperwork and crap. I don't know if those are books. What are they? VHSs. Can you grab those? Because I'm not seeing those in the damn list. Yeah, can you grab that too? Alright, I think that's basically all the VHSs. I also saw something about, like, you should be able to read the VHSs and, like, the back of the tapes or something like that in the store, but I never got to see that. We were in there, and I'm pretty sure I clicked on one of these fucking things, and it didn't do anything. Oh, fuck, it does. Hold on a ticket. Why don't you grab that? Grab that. I have a lot of covers to look at. Apparently, this wasn't working last time I was looking at it, so fun. Like, if there is other TV or radio or in rendering for HG character, the transmission will play at the moment. Won't play again until the next transmission time. Alright. Yeah, I kind of figured, like, it plays regardless, like, if you're there or not. But if you are there, you get, like, the benefit of it kind of thing. Are these the handheld things? Okay, they're the handheld things. Okay, so what I want is, I want the map, and I want the brochures, and the CDs, and the comics and crap. I'm trying to take the books that are not the skill books. I'm trying to take them out of here, so that I've got a condensed book of books, essentially a condensed box of books. Also, Phoenix has recommenced his screaming. Phoenix is my cat, if anybody doesn't know. If you can hear him in the background, good on you. He's doing his nightly screams at the darkness. So, yeah. Let me grab that one, and I guess I have to have a look at if these things have back covers. Oh, set unwatched. Why did those ones have back covers then? Hold on. Where did they go? This had... that had a back cover. Okay, so hold on a second. Do they have it on, like, miscellaneous ones? I guess I have to check them all now. Kind of makes it a little bit difficult to see. It would be pretty cool if they've got it. It'd be kind of funny if one has it but one doesn't, kind of thing. I have a lot of these, unfortunately. I don't know if maybe I have to get it out, but yeah, all the ones that I had when I was at the store did not have back covers because it was something I was actively looking for because I'd seen somebody mention it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You can get skills and shit, I guess. Or something, I don't know. And then every single one of them didn't have a cover. I'm like, did I just remove them all? Did I just, like, peel them all? Check the back cover. Okay. Peel eccentric billionaire. Okay. Well, that wasn't necessarily, like, super useful. That definitely didn't feel like that buffed me any. Did that do boredom? Maybe? She's taking minor damage. I probably should make her sleep another day. It's fine. You scooch down here. I scooch down there. Alright, so I've got a shit ton of flyers and books and crap. So, I guess I could put, like, the VHSs in a completely different fucking box. The hell is that noise? Oh, that's alright. That's just... sorry. I had, like, a moment of tinnitus, and I'm like, the fuck is that? Anyway, that's just my ears. You guys can't hear that one. I thought that, like, the game, I thought, like, one of the TVs or something just, like, started making, like, that, you know, like, no channel, like high-pitched noise kind of thing. I'm like... Anyway, that was hilarious. I haven't actually been, like, duped by that before. That's funny. Alright, I'll put, like, VHSs and shit maybe in this one. And the only reason why I'm, like, actually trying to, like... put CDs and VHSs in here. I'm trying to, like, make some kind of a... I don't know, there's two at the bottom there I haven't watched. Alright, well, it's fine. I'll get them back out in just a sec. Okay. Which ones haven't you watched? These two. Whoa. Is it a make